Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. In today's video, we're going to do a breakdown on Federal's 3-inch 410 game load. This is 11/16 ounce of 7.5 shot, rated at 1135 FPS. Today's snooze and drink combo is Grove, original portion, and Diet Mountain Lightning. I actually like this stuff better than Mountain Dew. If the lighting is a little bit bad in this video, I apologize. The sun is, well, you can't see it, but it's right up there. I have this umbrella trying to block out some of the sun, but I don't know. Basically, the sun is so bright out here, it's kind of hard to see my screen. But this is recommended for squirrel. These would certainly work for that. But overall, this is a tiny box, because it's 410 obviously. We have 25 shells. This is a game load. The top of the box is our specs. The front of it is just Federal's logo, their blue box background. 410 bore, made in the USA, all that stuff. This is a bunch of warnings in a different language. The back of it is some info about this shell. Looks like we have hard lead in here, so that's nice. This side is lead warnings, all that stuff. If you guys want to read anything, just pause it. Although I'm sure all of you guys watching know exactly what Federal Blue Box ammo looks like. Overall, I mean, it's not a bad looking box at all. It's just blue. There are some rabbits and squirrels here in the background, if you guys can see that. Anyway, here is what the shell looks like. If it's hard to see, again, I apologize, but it does say Federal 76mm 3-inch 7.5, and we have their logo right here. Not a very exciting looking shell, but it is maroon, just like Federal's regular. This is their standard color for 12 gauge and 410, 28 gauge, and I believe that's it actually. But we do have a Federal 209A primer, and these do actually have a fold crimp on them. I remember when I was growing up and I got my first 410, my brother Jaron, you guys have seen him in the videos, his dad got me that gun. It's an H&R Topper Model 98. Well, my mom and him bought me a box of 410 to go along with it. They were 3-inch. They actually had a roll crimp with a white paper overshot card. I'm not sure if that was a special load or anything, but these have a fold crimp and those had rolls. Just wanted to make note of that. But anyway, a brass plated steel head, relatively tall too. I believe that is 16mm brass on that guy. That's pretty high for a 410. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there are not a lot of low brass 410 options on the market. Low brass as in they actually have low brass on them, not a light load. We obviously have a whole lot of those, half ounce. But I don't see shells that actually have low brass all that often. I know Fiocchi's do, but that's all I can think of, you know, off the top of my head that actually have low brass. So as you can see, we have 11/16 of an ounce, pretty much right on the money, .686. And the shot itself, well, it looks like Federal's standard blue box shot. Nothing special at all. It's not dark. By dark, I mean you can see these are obviously silver in color. With Remington and Winchester, their shot from their target loads are black in color. Probably graphited. These are not graphited at all. But as you can see, it is all consistent 7.5 shot. I see no mixed sizes and no deformed pellets. These are nice and shiny. Overall, some really good looking shot, I have to say. For a charge, we have 15 even of a ball powder focus that has a slight yellow tinge to it. Pretty standard there. Most 410s do have ball powder. This camera's having trouble focusing again. But yeah, 15 even. Now, moving on to the wad. This is kind of underwhelming, but also it's not bad at all. This is a 2.5-inch 410 wad. It is a full length for 2.5-inch, obviously not for 3-inch. But you can see it is a straight, well, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this is a straight wall wad, not, you know, for straight wall holes. The pedals are straight wall. There is no taper inside the shot cup is what I'm trying to say. But I did damage one of the pedals with the pliers pulling it out. This is not a non-tox wad. You can see the pedals are relatively thin and they are soft. Like, I could actually bend that very easily. It's just a lead shot wad. And the reason why I say it's kind of underwhelming is because this is, again, a 2.5 inch wad, not a full length 3 inch wad. I want to say probably, I don't know, a fifth of the shot, maybe a little bit more, is actually above the wad. I'm not sure if you guys saw it when I was showing the haul, but the wad actually ends about right here, and we have shot all the way up to the crimp. So I'd say whatever's in this wad will actually pattern pretty dang well. Whatever's outside of it, well, that's going to be your flyers. But not a bad wad, especially for 2.5 inch shells. I'm surprised I actually got this to show at all, but you can see we do have a fiber base wad in there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's a low base wad. The primer is sticking up above it quite a bit, and this is obviously a straight wall shell. So pretty typical Federal haul here in 410. Focus, there we go. Nothing special at all. They do actually have tapered Federal 410 shells now, although they are just Remington STS hulls colored maroon. I have not been able to find those any locally, but when I do, I will get some and do a breakdown video on those, and we might even do a pattern test. I haven't even seen 410 STSs in years. So, with all that out of the way, let's slap this back together and see if we can get it looking presentable. And sure enough, it looks just fine. Crimp looks just like it did coming out of the box, and we actually have a little bit of a taper on it now, as you can see. I call that a mission success, but there is Federal's 410 3-inch game load, 11/16 ounce, 7.5 shot, 1135 FPS. Overall, not a bad shell at all. But that's gonna end this one here, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.